Salute to my man Brick Sling. I'm glad you came in the building.
So I do think women should be able to preach. I find it very interesting. So because I was looking up in the Bible, and so one of the first, I believe was the first person to see Jesus after he was resurrected was Mary Magdalene, and she spread the word. So I feel like that's a very significant thing that she was the first one to see him, but yet there's this idea that women can't preach because she did spread the word of Jesus resurrecting. So I don't necessarily see how, like, there, for me to think that women shouldn't be able to preach, I would have to think of there being a negative reason why it wouldn't be appropriate for a woman to preach. Women can deliver messages in a different way that can reach a different type of person that maybe that the male preacher wasn't able to reach for whatever the reason. And so I feel like women that are preachers, that God has called them to preach, there's no way for us to say that that's not necessarily the case because we don't know what God has called that person to do. So saying a woman can't preach is almost like saying that you're trying to designate what a person should and should not be doing, and that's not your job. So maybe God did call that person to preach, and it's not our job to say whether or not that is and is not the case. Our job is to do what's pleasing in God's eyes and do what God needs us to do. And judging a person for preaching because you feel that that's not appropriate is the wrong mindset to have, because we shouldn't be doing anything because we think that it's the right thing to do. We should be doing things because we know that's what God wants us to do. So